right, we're here today with Coach Beck at Montreat College. Coach, thanks for having us out.
Thank you, Ron. Thanks for
Beautiful
coming out.
place, man. Sweet turf.
Appreciate
I love the mountain. Like, they must have carved this.
Yes, they literally
right?
cut it right outside of the mountain, so it was a good job they did that.
That is sweet. So, all right, we're at an NAI school. I don't get to visit NAIs often. They're a little bit different in the sense of who they recruit. It's not so much high school heavy. This is normally at the NAIA level, kind of a second stop. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, basically a lot of guys that we get are second chance guys. They'll be D1 bounce backs or guys that maybe had some issues. It might have been a grade issue that first semester that they were somewhere else. We'd like to give those guys a second opportunity. I think that's what's good about NAI ball. The big thing about it is basically it is a lot better baseball than people think, because a lot of them you do have those D1 kickbacks, those guys that are definitely good for that next level, but they'll have some baggage, whether it be grades, whether it be maybe an attitude issue early in their career until they mature a little bit more. So that's where we give them that second chance.
So what is it like? I mean, that's got to be tough on the kids too, coming into a place. It's kind of, they may have lost trust in the game and in coaches. What do you guys do to get over that?
Yeah, I think that's one of the main things for us we think we do a really good job on, is we really try to let them know that, hey, we value you as a person much more than a player. So we know coming in there's going to be some trust issues possibly, or maybe they might have got burnt by a coach or two. We let them know, look, man, we're here for you. We know what you've been through, and we want to give you the best opportunity. And we really do care for them. We know we don't want to burn them twice. Usually when that happens, you start to get to the point where they say, hey, I'm losing the love of the game. And that's the last thing I want to see as a coach. That's the biggest thing for me. When I see kids say, I just don't love it anymore, that kind of breaks my own heart. So we make sure we really try to hit them internally first, take the time to get to know them, find out what their buttons are, their hot buttons and things like that, so we know how to press it, how to work them and stuff. But no, that's a big thing. They need to know that they can trust us and we value them, who they are, more than what they can do for us.
You've stayed at this level for a very long time.
25 years.
And I'm sure you've had chances to go on to other levels.
Yeah.
Why stay here at NAI?
You know, for me, it's a big difference between the NCAA. I think the NAI is more relational. The opportunity to be able to work, not worry about, oh, I can't spend time with this kid because I got to jot it down. I was at Naia College, which was D2 for a while, and my wife is a compliance officer, so you can imagine how hard that was. Every time I made a phone call, did you log it? Did you do this? Or a kid's grandfather died. I take him out to lunch. Okay, you can't do that. So those are the things for me. I was like, if I want to be relational with these players, I can't turn around and do it at the NCAA level. So for me, I enjoy the game so much, but I enjoy relationships with the players. So I want to make sure I can have those relationships. The NAI level, they really encourage that. And I think that's one of the great things about this level.
There are a lot of great NAI schools, but they're not as well known.
Yeah.
They're not the first names that come to mind. Me and you were kind of laughing about our first times when we even learned about this school. Yeah. So for those that don't know about Montreat, what do they need to know about this place?
Yeah, I think it's a great school. It's basically stuck up here in the mountains, so it's a great spot. Like I said, the NAI schools, you're going to get a lot of good academics, I think that's a good spot. I think we're a good combination between D2 and D3. I mean, we're like the D3 with the academics, but I do think baseball will equivalent to D2s. There's some top NAI schools. Southeastern University is one of them. Tennessee Wesleyan is one of them. I mean, there's a lot of good ones that I think they can compete with a lot of D2s, if not smaller D1s. And we've seen that, Southeastern University, where I came from originally, we played with the minor league team for the Tigers and we beat them one year, So those are the things. The baseball's out there.
What kind of schedule do you guys run? Do you get, how far out do you travel?
Yeah, well, for us, we have our conference schedule. Our conference is made up of about 14 teams. So we travel all from South Georgia up to Virginia, just in a conference, as far west as the other side of Tennessee. But for our non-conference matches, this year we went down to Alabama. So we want our kids to get as much exposure as possible. So even next year, we're thinking about taking a trip out west. You know what that's like. You got to be seen everywhere in order for those national rankings, and that's really where we want to be. So our schedule, our non-conference, I mean, we're looking to go to Southern California next year possibly. So, but our conference ranges from Virginia all the way down to South Georgia, as far west as Tennessee.
What do you do to help your guys? Obviously, every kid that comes through is trying to play at the next level, wants to play pro. What kind of things do you guys do to help them get to that level?
I mean, I think that's one of the things for myself. I think that we do a good job on. We market our players very well. We have a lot of connections throughout MLB, as well as just individual scouts and stuff like that. So I reach out weekly and we'll do reports if we have certain guys. I'm very selective with who we actually recommend, because you know what that's like. You recommend people that aren't worthy of it, then you start losing those connections. So we're pretty precise with who we actually take to do. But then from there, we reach out to every scout that we know. I'll send weekly emails out to them, just to the scouting people, just to say, hey, this is how they did this week. And we think we do a pretty good job at that. And I think we've developed the trust with those scouts, just based on the fact that we're not sending them stuff they know is not good. They know the product they're getting from us. It might be few and far between, but they know when they get them, they can trust us, and that's what's been really good so far.
What kind of kid is going to thrive at Montreat? What's it take?
Yeah, I think for us, the guy who's going to thrive here is the kid that wants to be coached, that wants to have a relationship even outside of baseball, but the guy who's going to work hard. He's extremely coachable. Loves the mountains. That hunting and fishing kid they love it up here.
It's beautiful up here. I appreciate you having us.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Good
you.
luck this season.
Thank you.